Okay, let's get into it. We are diving deep into a topic that, well, Chiefs Kingdom probably wants to scrub from the history books.
Oh, for sure. But it's one they absolutely need to understand.
Exactly. We're talking about the dramatic late-season collapse of the Kansas City Chiefs here in 2025.
I mean, it's just been a devastating stretch, 5 straight losses.
And now they're heading into their final game in Vegas against the Raiders, with the playoffs already totally out of reach.
Which is something fans just haven't had to process in years.
Yeah.
The tension around this team right now it's incredible.
Right. So our mission in this deep dive is to look past the scoreboard and really analyze how these key injuries and these statistical dips,
How they expose these deep strategic vulnerabilities in a dynasty that I think a lot of us thought was basically bulletproof.
it's a textbook example of how quickly that dominance can just, erode.
Mm-hmm.
And the urgency, the real hook here, is rooted in the health of one specific electrifying player.
Yeah, they're heading to Allegiant Stadium for the finale, and the core tension isn't just about the rivalry.
No, it's about whether their newest, fastest weapon, Xavier Worthy, is even going to be on the field.
And that's the thing. This game, even though it means nothing for the standings,
It means everything for the culture.
exactly, it's a crucial psychological crucible. They have to snap this 5-game skid.
They have to, just to preserve some sense of pride before heading into what's going to be a brutal offseason of, looking in the mirror.
It's their chance to stop the bleeding, even if it's just for one final push.
And the immediate roadblock to that is these critical absences. Let's just jump straight to the specifics we've gathered.
Okay.
The reports hitting the wire confirm Xavier Worthy, their electric 22-year-old phenom wide receiver.
Yeah,
He's listed as doubtful.
doubtful. And that's after missing all 3 practice sessions this week with an illness.
That's a huge red flag.
It is, especially for a player whose whole game is built on sharp routes and peak conditioning. And when Coach Andy Reid was asked about it,
Let me guess. The classic short answer.
you got it. Just, we'll see. And, that little phrase, it often means bad news is coming.
That silence just speaks volumes, doesn't it? And it comes right after that ghost performance he just had.
Right, he did suit up last Sunday against the Broncos,
But he recorded a massive 0 catches on 3 targets in that loss.
which really suggests this illness might have been brewing for a bit, just sapping his energy.
So now this huge rivalry game, it could be his swan song for the year, ending his sophomore season on a really frustrating note.
And the potential loss of Worthy's speed is a major blow, but it's compounded by another devastating loss.
And the trenches.
Yeah. 2-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman Trey Smith is officially out with an ankle injury.
Okay, so losing a player like Smith,
Mhm.
how does that specifically change things for Mahomes, who's already been under so much pressure during the streak?
I mean, it creates immediate, massive schematic problems. Smith is a dominant interior blocker.
Not just for pass protection, right? For the run game, too.
Exactly, and that's something the Chiefs have struggled with all year. So now you're relying entirely on backups against a Raiders D-line that smells blood in the water.
They know exactly how vulnerable Kansas City is right now.
You're asking an already shaky system to hold up without one of its absolute anchors. It puts all the pressure back on Mahomes to extend plays.
Which just increases the risk of turnovers, sacks, all the things that have been killing them.
And all of this fragility is heading into, of all things, a rivalry game.
I mean, the history with the Raiders goes all the way back to the 60s, to the AFL days. There's just so much bad blood there.
It's a spectacular rivalry. Allegiant Stadium is going to be absolutely buzzing. You can just throw the records out the window when these two meet.
And the Raiders have to know how much ground they can gain psychologically if they extend this losing streak to 6 games.
Oh, absolutely. Their quarterback, Kenny Pickett, he's been talking all week about consistency and leadership. It signals they see this as a huge moment for their franchise.
It really sets the stage perfectly for us to, pivot and talk about Xavier Worthy himself.
Yeah,
Because his story is just a perfect microcosm of the Chiefs' whole season. Right?
absolutely. The explosive high of 2024.
And then this sputtering, frustrating low of 2025.
Worthy was a rookie revelation. I mean, first-round pick out of Texas.
Yeah.
His entire identity is built on just raw, unbelievable physical gifts.
We're talking about that supersonic 4.21 40-yard dash at the combine.
That's not just fast. That kind of speed fundamentally changes how an entire defense has to prepare for you.
And you saw it translate immediately into a monster rookie season. He finished 2024 with, 59 catches?
Yep, 59 catches, 638 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns.
But what made him so valuable was the versatility, right?
Yeah.
Using that speed on sweeps and reverses.
Right, another 104 yards and 3 more touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah.
He was an instant key piece, starting 13 of 17 games in that offense.
But then you hold that up against this season, 2025, and the production dip. I mean, the numbers are jarring.
They really are. In 14 games, he's way down. 42 catches for 532 yards and just 1 single touchdown.
That is a steep, steep decline in every major category, especially those explosive plays that the team just desperately needs.
So when you look at that drop-off, what are the explanations? Is it just defenses figuring him out, or is it something else?
Well, the analysis suggests it's a mix of things. Externally, good defenses don't get fooled twice. They made taking away the deep ball a priority this year.
And internally?
It could be anything from lingering adjustments to the pro game to just the natural, ups and downs of a young player's career.
But for the Chiefs, the why almost matters less than the tactical consequences.
Yes, let's nail that down, because this is the real insight here. Why is Worthy's speed, even when he isn't the one catching the ball, so crucial to the system?
Okay, so think of Worthy as the essential stretching mechanism for the entire offense.
Okay.
Andy Reid's system, that amazing blend of West Coast precision with modern RPOs,
Okay.
it needs to force the defense to cover every single inch of the field.
And Worthy is the deep threat who does that. He forces the safeties back.
Constantly. He forces both safeties to backpedal on every single snap, whether the play is going to him or not.
So he's like a giant rubber band just pulling the defense apart.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. When he stretches the field vertically, it opens up all those critical routes underneath.
For guys like Travis Kelce.
For Travis Kelce, who just lives in that vacated middle of the field, or for slot receivers running quick slants, without Worthy threatening to blow the top off the defense.
The whole offense shrinks.
It becomes compacted. Defenders can creep closer to the line. It's easier to bracket Kelce, easier to pressure Mahomes.
That perfectly explains why the whole unit has been sputtering. You take away that one essential threat, and everything just becomes so much more predictable.
And if Worthy is out against the Raiders, the expectation is you're going to see more targets for Marquez Hollywood Brown.
Or they'll have to rely on rookies to step up way beyond their experience level. The ability to compensate for that lost speed is the true test of the system's depth.
And that ability, or the lack of it, is what really defines the current state of the Chiefs system.
Which brings us right to Section 3. The glory years versus the cracks we're seeing right now. And you have to anchor the team's identity first. This is a franchise steeped in legacy, founded back in 1960.
And we're talking 3 Super Bowl wins just in the last few years, 2019, 2020, and again in 2022. That kind of success defines a generation of football.
And part of that success is the culture, especially the atmosphere at Arrowhead.
It's legendary. I mean, they famously set the world record for noise, was it 142.2 decibels back in 2014?
That unique culture, that Chiefs Kingdom spirit, has always been about resilience.
Which is what makes this current losing skid even harder to process. The fortress seems vulnerable.
And that culture is fueled by their iconic core. Patrick Mahomes is still in his prime, over 25,000 career yards, multiple MVPs, rings.
And then you've got Travis Kelce, the tight end extraordinaire, who's just, he's totally transcended the sports world.
Hosting SNL, the Taylor Swift connection, he's a legitimate pop culture icon.
It's true. The Chiefs aren't just a football team anymore, they're a global brand. But even global brands are subject to the cold, hard reality of statistics.
And when you contrast the glory years with 2025, the evidence of decline is just, it's stark.
Let's talk numbers. In 2022, that offense was devastating, averaging a league-leading 29.6 points per game.
And where are they now?
This year, they've dipped significantly. They're hovering around 24 points per game.
That's nearly 6 points a game. That's monumental in the NFL.
It's the difference between winning and losing. It means fewer red zone trips, more field goals instead of touchdowns.
And an inability to sustain drives.
Exactly. And that drop in scoring is directly linked to the decline in rushing yards, which places so much more pressure on Mahomes to be perfect on every single snap.
And speaking of pressure, let's flip to the other side of the ball. Spagruella's defense is known for being aggressive, for those complex blitz packages. Is it holding up?
Unfortunately, no. The losing streak, the injuries, they've exposed real cracks there too.
You can just see it.
Yeah, we've seen them allow more yards per game this season compared to last year's famously stingy average.
Yeah.
It's a systemic failure right now.
The offense can't stay on the field, which puts the defense back out there tired.
And then the defense can't get a critical stop. When both units show that kind of decline at the same time, a skid turns into a collapse.
Which brings us back to that core philosophical tension, that narrative challenge we see around the team.
Is it a system failure, or is it a talent dependency issue?
Right. And the internal analysis we're seeing presents two competing ideas. On one hand, you have the idea that talent like Worthy's speed is just
But irreplaceable. You can't just manufacture a 4.21 guy. Losing him or Trey Smith is like taking a critical part out of a Ferrari. The machine just won't perform.
But then you have the whole next man up mentality. Is that just coach speak at this point?
Well, that's the tension.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you hear that mantra and you attribute it to the resilience of Mahomes and Reed. That narrative says that no matter who is missing, the culture of winning has to prevail. But the stats this year, they confirm the vulnerability.
So the system can handle some injuries.
But removing irreplaceable speed and foundational blocking at the same time has just proven to be too much for the depth chart to handle.
That tension is so vital, especially as we move into the bigger picture, the future implications of this season.
Missing the playoffs in 2025 is a definitive, painful wake-up call after years of just automatic AFC West dominance.
And you can bet their rivals have taken note. They're closing the gap.
Oh, absolutely. You see the clear threat from the Chargers with Justin Herbert, and even the rebuilding Broncos, who've been nipping at the Chiefs' heels this season.
This division is not going to just concede the crown anymore.
No way. The Chiefs are going to face a much tougher road next year.
But there is that massive silver lining that comes with missing the playoffs.
A high draft pick.
After years of picking at the bottom of the first round, what does that unlock for them?
It's huge. It's a rare chance to get truly elite talent. And you can predict the focus is going to be squarely on two areas.
Bolstering that O-line.
Definitely. Bolstering the offensive line depth or snagging another truly elite offensive weapon to diversify the offense and take some of that pressure off Kelce.
And that focus on the future is tied to the prediction we're seeing of a strong bounce back in 2026. What's driving that optimism?
It's driven by the fact that Mahomes is still arguably the best quarterback in the league, even hitting 30 soon. And Reed still has his brilliant tactical tricks.
And the hope that the young guys learn from this.
Exactly. Adversity is the best teacher. The expectation is a monster comeback year for the players who survive this collapse and commit to the adjustments.
It's all about identity moving forward. And before we wrap, it's worth touching on some of that cultural trivia that anchors the Chiefs' identity.
Yeah, some of it's fascinating. Like, did you know the Chiefs' name honors a former KC mayor, H. Roe Bartle, nicknamed the Chief? It speaks to those deep civic roots.
And the tomahawk chop, while it sometimes sparks debate, it's still such a unifying rally cry for the fans.
And their relevance extends so far beyond the stadium. The pop culture ties, Mahomes in commercials, Kelce on SNL, they keep the brand globally relevant.
Which makes their on-field failures this year just that much more dramatic.
So what does all this unlock for you, the listener? Well, you now have the framework for assessing the 2026 season before it even starts.
You know the exact tactical holes they have to fill, the positions to target in the draft.
And you'll be watching to see if Spagnuolo's defense can get back to its stingy Super Bowl caliber form. This gives you a true insider's lens on their next moves.
We've gone way beyond the headline of a losing streak to really understand the tactical consequences and historical context of a reeling franchise.
From the immediate pain of losing Worthy and Smith, through the statistical dip, and all the way to the implications for their future dynasty.
And then this final game against the Raiders is just a perfect emotional bookend to this painful season.
It really is. That rivalry goes back to the 1970 AFL Championship, the tradition of Arrowhead versus the glitz of Allegiant Stadium where they finished this year.
The ultimate question isn't really whether they manage a single pride-preserving win on Sunday. The real question is whether this team, which is built on perseverance,
can it maintain its status as a premier global brand while grappling with the reality that every dynasty, even one led by Patrick Mahomes, is just one statistical dip away from becoming vulnerable.
The true challenge for 2026 isn't just winning games, it's adapting to this evolving NFL landscape.
More international games, rule changes favoring offenses, salary cap pressures, all while trying to maintain that iconic, fiery Chiefs Kingdom spirit that defined their era. They have to rebuild the foundation without losing the fire. That is the true test of whether this dynasty can really endure.